It's time for Leather Podcast.
So,
About 350.
this is another podcast. This is the first time we've been in. We've all been in here in a while.
For a wee while, aye.
Back in the fucking heart, man.
Do you like this Paddy fight?
Are we getting straight in? We're getting right in, kids.
Aye, mate, because there's so much on social media. What do you think?
And we're just going to skip by your hat.
My heart?
Your hat.
My hat.
We're just going to skip by that.
You don't like it?
Have you got a rap battle coming up? With Eminem? He was like, dude, just before the podcast started, Rory's like, I'm taking off. I was like, please don't.
I feel fucking terrible.
I would have called in sick if I had something to do. And we had about the 8 Mile at the fucking Bungard fan. Fat bitch.
So
I watched 8 Mile a couple weeks ago.
So you're no well.
No well, mate.
No well.
I didn't want to come to the gym and just pure fucking cough on everybody.
Aye, so just, we've got fights coming up, bro. You know what I mean?
Biggest fight of your life.
I'm miles away from you. Social
It's
distancing.
like doctor sleep, like, shh.
We're just in a room
I know.
with the door closed. No ventilation.
I just didn't lick yous. Do you know, it's been coming and going. I was a wee bit ill over the weekend, but I just thought it's because I was working during the day and at night and stuff, and then fine on Monday, train Monday night, bang on, and then Tuesday morning I was like,
You were in Monday you were on fire, mate.
I felt alright. I felt alright on
You're
Monday
not bad
night.
at this old grappling.
Did you come here for sympathy?
Very much.
You ain't getting it here, boy.
I'm getting a wee bit better.
See the old grappling? Like, see if the guy that turns up on a Monday grappling session had turned up fucking
Just had
at Holytown Havoc. See if that guy had turned up.
Has a stressful weekend and comes in on Monday just want to fuck people up.
So I get half a gram on a Monday and I'm alright.
If that guy had turned up, he'd have still got fucked up.
Probably would have.
But no, your grappling's you're definitely fucking ready to kill.
It's the troubleshooting thing. Yeah. That's what's helping me a lot, and then I'm seeing things a bit differently now. That escape to the overhook side. I was like, that's
we're doing a lot of back.
I like when the positional sparring, when it's like, right, we've got a submission locked in and you're in a fucking lot of trouble here, go. That's probably my favourite class out of everything. I enjoy that the most.
When you grapple, you obviously got your dominant positions, like be it on top or off your back, whatever it is. But when you're in these troubleshooting positions, like, no, you're in somebody's got you in a full back control, or somebody's got you in like the top mount, or like whatever it is we've been working on. But we have been working on quite a lot of that troubleshooting. But it's been very good. Camp's been really good. I'm got a busy couple of weeks coming up. We've got the UFC coming over. In fact, they'll probably be here filming the podcast in a few weeks.
Who is it, John?
No, John's not doing it. It's like some New York mob. I don't know why, but they're.
Are they asking you to do a lot of media?
Well,
for this upcoming fight?
I'm headlining this. The Apex, which is pretty cool. We've obviously spoke about the fight before, but it's a big opportunity for Scottish MMA. I'm the first Scottish guy to headline a UFC event, which is kind of cool.
Right, very.
Yep, so they're going to come out, they're going to follow me about, and the management's like, they're looking for some training, they're looking for some personal life, and they're looking for some downtime. And I'm like,
what the fuck's that got to do with you, man? You know what I mean? Sounds like the problem with me.
Aye, good answer.
But they're looking for me to, like, what I do on my downtime, like, they're thinking golf or fucking. I'm like, no, when I'm in fight camp, you're gonna have to fucking film me sleeping. like if I'm not if I'm not in the gym or I'm not making food, I'm fucking sleeping. So we've got that in a few weeks. I'm going back down to Sheffield to do a bit of testing with my guy Lee and Danny at Boxing Science. Going to go to one of these boxing shows because I think Sheffield's like the place for boxing. I think it's. I think it is.
Did you watch boxing at the weekend?
I don't like boxing.
No, you don't like it at all?
I don't like fighting. I don't like anything about it. Like, I watch MMA and I'm thinking, that's pish. I watch jiu-jitsu and I'm thinking, that's pish. And then I watch boxing and
less pish.
Why do you date then? Does it get your plums pumping? Is that what you
Just
do?
the
next one?
The boy, what?
No, why do you date then if it's so shit? I know it's your job now, but what do you
it's like, what would you rather do? Would you rather watch football or play football?
Play.
It's the same. I'm the same. I'd rather play fight.
But you're not
a fan of the sport.
MMA fan?
No, I fucking hate it.
I didn't watch any.
I don't like even when I watch fighters and I'm like, right, this is going to be a good fight. Idul Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. I'm like, this is fucking pish.
Why is it 25 minutes? That's how I feel about boxing. Like, 12 rounds of this.
Up, man.
Any chance of some cunt getting finished off?
That's why I like watching it at night when you go like that and you hit that 15-minute bounce like on the iPad, and you just And then just, I want to see knockouts. I want to see submissions. I don't care about anything in between shit.
Well, Big Joe Joyce got fucking knocked out by some massive guy from China.
Who's about 50.
He looks old, eh? He looks mega
The
bad.
Chinese guys, I think he's about 50.
He's old, like. But he's knocked him out twice now, eh?
Is it?
It's the set. They had a rematch, and the first one they were like, it was just, we've triggered the rematch clause. These things happen. Sometimes people get knocked
They've
out.
just done the same.
Some
Just
dig though, wasn't it?
fucking battered
Was it an
them, eh?
early? Was it an early?
Third round. I think that's quite early for them, but
Some dig.
oh, mate, it was brutal, eh? And now he wants to fight Tyson Fury, but he's busy fighting Francis, so.
I know. It's
got stuff coming up.
Aye. Shite.
You think it's a
What's
bad
shite?
night? You think it's a bad night for Francis?
Mate, I just think all this bullshit fights are bullshit. Like I don't like normal fights, so why the fuck would I watch a boxer fighting a non-boxer? Or why would I watch a UFC fighter fight a YouTuber? Like, it's all bullshit.
I'm not
like,
a fan of the crossover either.
I listened to him on Rogan and they seem to cut him a wee bit short, like Francis. Normally it's about 3.5 hours, most people. Just two. I know 2 hours is a long time for one person talking about
Just
one
'cause he's a
specific
born
fight,
bastard.
but I don't know, it just seemed like they'd had enough and it was time. Well, thanks for coming, Francis. See you later.
what was it? How long was it?
2 hours.
And you're banging this table.
I know.
Sorry,
I can just see this moving. It's like fucking I'm sucking a dick again.
Sorry, I'm excited to see
I
you.
can see he's not touching it and I'm not touching it. And I'm just
I'll sit
saying.
back, sorry. I'm just sorry.
So aye, shite podcast then.
Aye, filled up some time for me, but that was it really.
Seen Kurt Angle was on it.
Was that a good one?
I've not listened to it yet.
It's not very well, eh?
What do you mean no well? What has he got?
Well, I think he's all right now, but he was talking about, if you've noticed
Don't
that, I'll
ruin
not-
it for me.
I won't spoil it for you. He was decent on it, like, he was good.
Is Kurt on his way out?
No, nothing like that, but he was just talking about where he thought he might have been and
surgeries
stuff like
and
that.
stuff like that.
Aye, not very well, and addicted to things and stuff like that.
Aye.
So,
We're all addicted to things.
not me.
Everybody
I live
is.
clean, mate.
Everybody is.
I live
If it's
clean.
no the vag, it's the fucking drugs.
Just the monster I take.
I finished watching The Wrestler on Netflix.
I've not started it yet.
Right. So, can you remember last week I was like, it's fucking blah, 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 blah. I was getting big legs about how I didn't like it. And I was like, I was filling a bit of time. I was like, last episode, I was like, I'm in. I am fucking in. I want there more. I want more. And then it's like, Al Snow last week was like, I wasn't that good a wrestler. And then this week I'm like, he's just actually all right. I would go and watch. I've totally flip flopped, man. But I was like, so last week when I was watching this, I was thinking, it's all right. Anyway, and then I've been blasting a couple of episodes, and then I'm like, there's one guy in it that's a piece of shit. He's like he's going out with this chick who's, the little girl's called Hailey J, right? She's a blonde-haired lassie. Your typical
Sounds like a porn star.
Hollywood Hailey J, they call her, right? And she's all right at wrestling. She looks like she's quite stiff, because when she's kicking people or she's hitting them, she looks like she's actually hurting them. So she ends up going to the WOW wrestling, women's, whatever the fuck it is anyway. I don't know. Anyway, she's with this guy, and this guy has got, like, I'm a piece of shit, just everything about him. The way he walks, the way he talks, the way he looks.
His gimmick?
No. This isn't his gimmick. He is just a piece of shit. And he's like, he's trying to like, give her advice, but she's already surpassed him because she's a female and because she's a better wrestler than him. She's better at doing the storylines and all that kind of shit. And this guy's trying to give advice like, no, you want to be doing this and like. And then they end up fighting. I know. And
Why have you let it bother you so much?
I don't know. It's just.
I think when you look into the wrestling, like everybody plays their part though. Even the ones that you didn't like or they were shite, you remember them still.
Aye.
Like
Al Snow.
Doink the Clown, something like that. Like
he was amazing. Dink and Doink.
any of them, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
There's got to be guys there though who didn't give a fuck about everyone else and are only trying to do their own thing. It seems.
But you need guys to get beat. You need guys to. I know. I get it, and that's where Al Snow felt like he was your guy who was going to take the fall, wasn't he? Like he was going to go up against like a Rock and get absolutely fucking pounded out, or he's going to go up against these guys, or like.
Because when I listened to Hogan on Joe Rogan's podcast, he was like, he would go in and they would go, all right, so tonight Hogan's going to win, and the guy would just go, nah. And just, like I don't know. Does it?
So, have you ever seen the stuff about Hulk Hogan and the lies he tells?
Lies a lot,
It's fucking hilarious.
Hogan's a liar.
Oh,
It's
really?
like-
Does he
it's
just make it up?
Aye, it's like
He's made hundreds up, man.
it's so funny, isn't it? Like in his book.
Was he just it for the banter? Like,
There's a Twitter thread.
Go
and
and
it's
see
just-
if you can get this up about Hulk Hogan lies. Some of them are hilarious.
There's about a Twitter thread everyone tells, and it's just like describing the lie to it.
So he just.
And there's like hundreds, man.
Why does he
it's
do
funny.
it? Just for a laugh?
No, because he's fucked in the head.
Is he? Aye. Is he just mental?
Compulsive liar.
It's quite funny.
I guess it comes
I wasn't a
with...
Hogan guy, mate. I didn't like Hogan.
I've got a list here. He's the top 25 most outrageous ones.
He's the top 5 best ones.
Right, top 5. Hold on. One of them was Mike Tyson was scared to fight him.
There you go.
Andre the Giant weighed 600 plus pounds at WrestleMania when he lifted him up.
No, I haven't seen that one.
What did he weigh though?
That's a
Did
big
he weigh
thing.
£600?
Aye, it was a lot though, eh? 400.
Doesn't he say here what he actually weighed?
Andre was fucking huge, man. But that's like a fucking, it's a bus, man. Like,
He could have been in Metallica.
Oh, brilliant.
He didn't know that Steve Austin would come out at WrestleMania 30. He must have done something there. His recollection of the Montreal screw job that he never knew about it, or that he did know about it, I don't know.
aye, we won't talk about that.
His fight with Randy Savage on Saturday night's main event was real. It was a real fight, that shit fight. So.
Oh, he's fucking...
That's top 5.
He blocked me.
Hulk Hogan did?
Aye, I slacked him.
Were you ripping him?
About his daughter or not. He was like rubbing like lotion on his daughter's arse or something.
That's weird.
And like Derek loves him. So I tagged Derek.
Is Derek a
Oh,
Hogan guy?
I loves him, man. And I tagged Derek in it and ripped him. Hogan blocked Derek for it. And Derek's like, I'm a hero. My hero's blocked me.
That's pretty funny.
It was none
You
to do with
fucked
me. You know what I
Derek
mean?
over.
Who's the most famous person that's blocked you?
Oh, boy.
I got
Hogan.
I got blocked by Dillian White because you know you ever heard him?
The boxer?
Dillian
Aye.
shape.
So he puts like you're talking rubbish. The way he says you're talking rubbish, he like writes it TARKIN. Fuck knows why. Just must be like a Caribbean thing. And I kept writing you're talking rubbish, and he fucking blocked me. So that was a bit much.
What about the gimmick that is Bryce Mitchell taking the Bible?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Freedom!
He's
Shout
mad,
out freedom!
Like
Shout out freedom!
I know, but I don't know.
Mate, he's mad.
Is he playing a character? 'Cause
Nah.
I seen him on Michael Bisping. Do you believe the Earth's flat?
Oh.
He's like fucked in the head.
He would have told him.
Did you tell me dinosaurs are real? We came from
No, monkeys.
apes.
Monkeys,
Apes. Like
There's a lie for Satan. He was pure going for it, man. No, he actually. He
do you think that's a real guy?
Aye.
Are you going to go and grapple with him at his
I
fucking
am.
chicken
Well,
coop?
I was going to.
In the
I
chicken
was going to, man, but he's going about out there now.
Is he
man.
split up with his wife or something as well? And there's
Probably look at my tattoos, Jesus and that.
Do you believe
Tell
Jesus?
me that he doesn't look like that or something. Get off my land.
good though. Good for him winning. Good win.
He's brilliant, man.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's a grappler.
Says he learns it all off YouTube. Eh?
Is he?
Hey, so he said he learned the twister. Watched it on YouTube.
Arkansas.
He's a cool guy. I'm glad he won.
He's a cool guy. He's a fucking pellet.
He's mad,
We just
mate.
actually spoke about him being an absolute fucking
Aye.
knob, and you're like, he's a cool guy.
He's definitely
Would you go for a
mad.
beer with him?
No.
That's like my level of.
Who, Bryce?
Aye.
I thought you talked about Hogan there.
That's like my level of like. Could I spend the time we? Could we share a beer? and
If
have
he
a
was
good
in the
time?
gym and asked you to roll, would you roll with him?
Aye.
I bet doesn't mean he's a good guy.
No.
Like
Seems all right, but I wouldn't go
that's
out
my
with
level. Could I share a beer with this guy? Could I share a beer with Hulk Hogan?
him and just
Aye.
listen to him talk pish.
Aye. Could I share a beer with Bryce Mitchell? No.
He looks like he'd get you in bother, eh? He looks like he'd
Hogan?
cause trouble. No,
No.
Bryce.
No, I'd rather get in trouble with
At least
Hogan.
you could buy a bit of land with Bryce, and then when the zombie apocalypse happens, you could have food and stuff for that, and a bit of livestock on the go.
And
That's
then
his plan.
feed somebody strawberries. You like the strawberries, little man. And then get the guy in a wheelchair and then bum the
fuck
shit
him,
on him.
bum fuck him.
His ass.
Can't get away.
Yep.
So aye, Tony Ferguson baddie.
You're not finished here about
Aye,
wrestling.
mate. Can't
I know.
be talking about just bumming innocent
Aye.
wheelchair bound people.
I'm getting a bit gear as the day goes on.
What's causing this?
I'm starting to count my calories with my diet, so I'm just
Hey,
looking at it,
shit.
I'm just like, I'm gay.
Aye.
I'm gay, man. But I don't know. It's working.
How like you don't really have the energy and your temper's kind of short in it when you're like, counting calories. You're like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck Bryce Mitchell. Fuck the wrestling. You just get a wee bit.
So Bryce Mitchell did actually say I could train him, right? He's like, I've got a cabin. Listen to this. I've got a cabin in the woods. It got no electricity in right now, but it's getting sorted for you coming over. It's quite cozy in here. I think you would like it. Like, just picture the scene, right? You go to Arkansas. He's got his farm. I'm staying in the cabin in the woods. There's no power, hot
Like
water.
a Friday the 13th cabin.
He just kicks the door in.
There's a knock
He's
on
got
the
his-
door.
Uncle Eddie for what's it called?
See, they've got the dungarees, but one of the dungarees. Bit of straw at them, if you know, like,
You're going to pull those pants to the side, Mr. Bungard.
But aye. What were we talking about now?
Getting bummed off Bryce Mitchell's pals.
Aye.
His pals.
I don't know. Are you saying Bryce is going to do it?
I thought it was his uncle or something.
You alright, big man?
I'm alright. Oh, mate, you're one on fucking Monday night. That's cultural appropriation. I must have thought about that 20 times.
Did you never said it?
Oh,
Well, if the young guys get the fucking dreadlocks, one of the boys rocked up to the gym with the plates, man.
he's a honky.
I seen that.
Honkies can have
Language you brought
dreadlocks.
on it.
That's Sean's eye.
Shows you, bro.
I think they look cool, mate.
No, they don't.
I wish I had them.
No, a white person, bro. I don't know.
Paul said it was racist.
I didn't say it was racist, I said it's cultural appropriation.
And then you were like, right beside them.
I never pointed at Coonley and went, I just said that's cultural
Oh, we
appropriation.
getting down now.
I think that's,
You might have a point.
aye, I'm just saying, like, mate, fucking,
You would love to braid your hair, don't lie.
I would, aye.
Would you go
Yeah.
braids or dreadlocks first?
Braids.
Braids.
I think
Braids
dreadlocks
are
are a bit dirty, aren't they?
Would you like a samurai look? You like?
Oh, aye, that was sexy. That was sexy back in the day.
You definitely straightens
You'd
that.
head of the ball. You know, hair just goes,
Uriah Faber no used to go with the braids. He used to braid his hair
Aye, he's
before
gay
fights.
too.
That he probably is.
Aye.
Looks like he could be a gay guy.
so I'm obviously trying to grow my hair. Because what I'm, from the start of the podcast, you know, the pictures we take every week, I'm like, aye, let's see how this hair goes. So now I've got this, like, I'm gonna run door to doors selling tarmac, asking people if they're wanting their gutters cleaned or I'm wanting you want your runway tarmac. That's the kind of hairstyle I've got now.
I was wondering what the fuck you were talking about there.
I kind of spotted that one there.
Did you see it? You see it? It's like,
Aye.
mate, I've got dags.
I would have to think twice about letting you in a public on a Saturday night. All right, buddy, you.
Do you know what?
You hear me?
You know what I'm thinking about growing as well. I'm thinking about taking off the beard and just having the tash.
No, don't do that, man.
What do you think?
Don't.
Phil Bronson, mate.
Aye, let
Big handlebar.
Let the people decide.
Don't take a beard off.
We'll all do it. Nah. You shaved your beard off
You
not that long
look
ago,
at the
did
egg,
you know?
mate. You look at that ball jack.
January the 1st.
Is that what you do? Like, is that a thing you do? Aye, every year.
Bring in the new year. I take it to my ball bag. Shave my ball bag.
Yearly.
Aye. Just
Fuck it.
You manscaping it?
there's sometimes like it looks
Always
like
clip it, man.
like
Aye.
like it looks like I've got sideburns. See if you don't catch the pubic bit. Like up the top, it ends up like sideways, like wee Jew throws, like you know the wee ringlets the Jews will go. And my dick's the nose.
Funny.
My dick's the nose. Fucking hell. What was the forfeit at in the Discord? I've not seen anything for it.
I've not seen anything.
There was a few. I'll bring them up.
I suck at games, man.
For the people who aren't Patreon subscribers, then we did last week we went to NQ64 and played some games, and the winner.
And if you want to know who won,
It wasn't me or
then
Chris.
you need to be on the Patreon.
So we just kind of talking
Oh,
and when it
fuck
comes.
yourself.
So there was Ross lost. That's the
lost.
bottom line.
I lost.
And
I lost too.
aye, so we opened it up to the Patreon subscribers to ask them what they would like to see Ross do.
So the first suggestion we got was
Naked
you need
dance.
to get a dick drawn of the guy that wanted to draw Bungy's dick.
I need to get myself drawn.
Aye.
That is a good one.
That's a belter.
Aye, I have I'll DM him.
The other one we got was you'd need to do 24 hours in the life of your missus. So doing all the things you hate.
That
Washing
sounds
up.
like
That sounds like my life already.
that sounds like
Me
your
too.
missus have posted.
But you would have to film him for 24 hours watching him suck his missus' dick.
Oh Jesus!
The last one we got. The last one we got sent in was you'd need to get the boys' faces tattooed on either one of your arse cheeks.
That's strong.
That's a good day as well.
That's
It's,
strong.
it's a bit deep for just losing.
I know. Pick a different tattoo and I will get it though.
Aye,
If
obviously.
it's not, I'd get a tattoo. I'd get a small tattoo.
Just get a
Is
leather,
that-
leather
aye.
tattoo.
What, like just an L?
No, the full leather.
Why? L for love.
I'll get a leather tattoo.
Learner
Like.
driver.
Snibble.
One more we got was a forfeit drink. So like just mad shit in it.
Like a jollop.
Some of the suggestions were beer, milk, tuna, garlic, soy sauce.
tuna.
What hear this one?
Oh my god, that's not a drink.
Tuna. We have one more. Sorry.
Oh, go on.
That you would need to be the ring girl at Mary Hill Mayhem.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one, by the way.
If you're knowing it,
I'll do it.
If you're
I'll be on
knowing
it. I'll be on it.
you need to look like you ever seen Kingpin, where he ends up becoming the stripper, the Amish guy.
Oh,
Mate, that's what you would look like, man.
Come out in the fucking pants, never him. See, I was 17.
Yeah, you ready to do one of them?
I will do one. Let's put it out.
Right, we'll put it to
I'll put a poll up.
a poll, and
Put a
then
poll up, I'll
we'll
do one.
choose the 4.
Aye.
what for? One of them was a tattoo.
Aye, that is one.
I'll
That's
get a
definitely
tattoo
one.
if it's
So
just a
leather
wee tattoo.
tattoo, dressed
Ring
up as a
girl.
female ring girl.
I can't do that one if I fight on it, but if I've no fight, I'll do, that's fine.
The jollop.
The job.
The dick drawn.
Dick drawn.
I kind of like it.
Dick drawn's a good
I
one.
kind of like a dick drawn, but you might know it'd be funny. See if the guy's like, nah, you're all right.
I just wanted to
I just
No, you.
Chris.
No, you. So I'd been at an 18th birthday party and I used to drink Pernod and blackcurrant.
So that, I used to drink that.
Aye,
mate.
mate, I like it.
Ah, it's
I still
nice.
like it now. So anyway, I'd been sick as fuck, right? Puked up. And I was still with Kylie at the time, so she would like put me in my bed. Aye. Put a basin down beside me. I've been eating it out of the buffet. I've been drinking Pernod. I'm fucking spewing up in it. So her older brother he was in the Marines at the time and he was on leave. And he was with a bunch of his like fucking daft Marine pals. So they came in. They started like pissing in the basin and that, right? And then adding stuff to it, and then they were all fucking drinking it, mate.
Oh my
Just
god,
animals, eh? Just couldn't give a fuck. Just typical daft squaddy cunts. Pissed in it, added more bevy to it, started like.
I mean, I don't
You snot nose, little.
see any joy in that though.
It's just what they're
I think
like.
it's a
mate.
rugby thing as well. They like to like do weird shit with each other.
Pissing on each other used to be one in pubs. So you would
Rugby guys would
Aye.
piss on each other.
like, so they'd stand with each other at the bar, be like, "All right, what's
No,
that?" And one
pissing
would-
a leg, aye, that's funny. That's hilarious.
I know, and you would see them doing it at the bar and go up and be like, "Why are you fucking pissing
So
on him?"
the rugby club I used to play for was called Lanark. Shout out to the boys at Lanark.
Do they piss on each other?
No. They used to do this thing. They used to do this. It was like the old guys versus young guys. It was every year.
Lammonday. Is it
Aye.
Lammonday or something?
As they have that down in Lanark. But, so I really enjoyed it. But it was pretty much just an excuse to get pissed. And then they would all just pass port about.
Big fuckers to him.
Aye. Like, so they would just be nailing port and everybody would be like playing rugby and just smashing each other. It was fucking brilliant.
All right, so this wasn't a night out. This was actually
No.
a rugby
during the
game.
game.
So you would play, so it'd be the older guys versus, or it was like the cunt team versus the like the OGs, and it was always fun, and I did enjoy the camaraderie of the rugby club.
I was drinking port once and puked up over Kylie in bed.
She's such a lucky girl, by the way.
I still stayed with my dad. My dad was like, she just came through and she was like, like what the fuck?
Train
happened?
spotting,
She's
eh?
covered in fucking puke.
Such a catch.
I know,
Mate, I
Ross.
know. I've given that girl the world.
I know.
Been spewed on many times by me, Coley. So what else is happening? Yeah, spewing on your missus or that?
I don't think I've spewed on her.
No. You didn't really love her.
You don't love her until you've spewed on her.
Again. So we're going to fucking talk about how Tony Ferguson.
No, we're not talking about Tony Ferguson yet. Calm yourself
I
down.
want to talk about him, mate.
Who cares about Paddy and Tony?
I care about Tony.
One's coming off 6 wins, one coming off 6 losses. Do we really give a fuck?
Tony's going to win, mate.
Hope so.
Aye.
Hope so.
You don't like it?
Doesn't bother me.
Didn't
I
care.
don't like MMA.
Couldn't give a fuck,
No,
yeah.
you're talking to the wrong guy. You want the kid on like, oh, what a fight. What a fight. What I think it's going to go is I think Tony Ferguson's just experience, experience is going to see him through this.
All right, I get you. I understand.
Will Paddy sub him though?
Nah. He'll get beat.
He's been getting away subs the last couple of fights, so
El Tony. But then he's still in the mix with the top guys, isn't he?
Bobby
Bobby
Green got
Green
him.
subbed him though.
I know, but Bobby
I think
Green's
Bobby Green's in
still
the top
fucking
10
good,
now,
man.
though.
Ah, he's good, but he's not really a submission guy. And when he was like,
Is Paddy the Baddie a top guy? Top 10 guy? I don't know why I couldn't get 10 out there.
I don't know, maybe if the fight goes on, Tony's dad, he could maybe catch him.
What age is
Sub-
Tony?
Oh, he's close to 40.
38, I think.
Is he? I was talking about older guys. I was
He's
at
39.
39. I was at Bellator the weekend, and
Aye.
your boy Ward was fighting, and he's 42.
Is he actually?
Aye, I couldn't believe that. He looked fucking good for 42.
What weight was it? Middleweight?
Aye, but the two of them didn't look middleweight.
He's a big boy, like.
Aye, the two of them look at the old
French guy was
titties.
good though, eh?
I end up
Guillotine him. Aye.
I never even knew that.
He took some heavy shots.
I seen him. He got sat down, didn't he?
And then
They just started swinging at each other, and then it's like
it's that point where when he's been clipped and it's like, fuck it, let's go, and the two of them are just winging it. Obviously young Mark was fighting on that card, that's why I was over in Dublin. Kid, he's very good, very composed, held his distance.
Nice elbows on the finish as well.
I know, and I think the guy he fought just couldn't. The guy he was fighting didn't have any answers for him. So when he tried to take him down and he sprawled, and then he tried to take him down again and Mark sprawled again, there was nothing for the kid to do. He wasn't beating him in the striking. He wasn't able to get him down. So he's like, fuck, I might as well just take the knee.
Backed off him a lot as well, when he realised, like, oh, I'm not going.
So what's next though? Because the way that everybody's saying their goodbyes and stuff for that works for Bellator, it's like I think 300 Bellator 300's got to be the last show. So
what'll happen with their contracts and that?
I don't know. Somebody's got to need to buy them, I think. But
It's PFL in it. That's who's
they're definitely buying them. Are they changing the name? Are they just
I think
merging to PFL?
Have we spoke about this before?
Aye, we only touched on it.
I think it's a terrible idea to allow one of the big promotions to be bought over by one of the other big promotions. It's just it's
shutting it down.
It's
getting rid of competition.
It's going to destroy MMA opportunities for young guys coming up, because there's no just one path where you're like, I want to go here and then go to the UFC. You need to have all these other places like Bellator Europe or PFL Europe or Cage Warriors, because that's the only options we've got in the UK, isn't it? Like you either go to one of these top European shows, but then saying that, maybe you have opportunities for KSW.
I was just thinking there,
these kind of places, but
KSW are obviously very big on Polish fighters, which is going to be fucking natural because they're based in Poland. Like, I don't see many other Europeans going to KSW really, They're very like Polish heavy.
Because they're not just though. Like, that's one thing that I wouldn't like about it.
If they're no testing, then it's never going to know happen.
No testing.
No, they're no testing. That's what I mean.
Testing.
So why would the guys not do it?
And I didn't think PFL tested, but they done a piss test.
They do now.
No,
they only just started.
Remember they caught a lot of
I know, that's what I mean. So they caught everybody with a piss test.
All the light heavyweights. Every single one.
I had no idea they tested. I just assumed the UFC were the only mob who were testing.
Aye. And they got them with the proper basic one as well, just like a piss test.
You know, I'm glad that these bigger organisations are getting on board with testing. It just makes it level playing field for everybody involved.
Just cost a lot of money for them.
It does, and especially...
It's still not going to be USADA level testing though, surely, at PFL.
I think it would be. Aye. Like, you're going to have a proper organisation in testing piss. You can't just have like fucking me collecting pots of piss and testing it myself.
Well, it's like WADA do it for boxing, eh?
But then that's just the world. So it's like the US, the UK, like UCADA, USADA, RUSADA. There's all these different ones, but it's all under the same kind of organisation, and they all follow the same protocol.
But I think USADA is the only like trustworthy one. The rest are pretty.
So I've got an article here that was written on the 11th of July that says PFL hired USADA to do their drug testing.
So
it makes sense. Aye. But then even though I'm under the brand of USADA does all my testing, that then goes to USADA send out, like, they'll send it to UCAD. And UCAD will then come and test me. So it's still USADA, but because they all follow, they're all part of the same organisation, they're all working together to catch drug cheats. So I'll get tested.
So they wiped out their light heavyweight division.
Aye.
Oh well.
I think there was a few people get caught. I think there was quite a lot of people.
Oh, the fight started to fall off, eh? That was the giveaway. And then they were like, oh, actually we've brought in drug testing, so nobody's fighting this weekend.
So as I was saying, Bellator at the weekend, did you see your pal? Peter Quilly. You must have been loving that. See, when that happened, I was like, Chris Bungard
he was keen at I was going to knock this guy out. I felt the best I've felt in years. This is the first time I've not been injured. My last 5 fights I've been injured. He was getting all that because the guy was shite, mate. He knew he was going to knock a guy out because the guy's pish. Very, very poor guy. So, but I was alright with it because he did come off the Henderson fight, the Pitbull fight. So he's fighting the top guys in Bellator. So they gave him a wee confidence boost, you know what I mean? He's like, this is the best I've been, because he knew he was going to win, or so he thought. He gets dropped with the first leg kick in 5 seconds, and the second kick...
Good low kick, to be fair, it was good.
And the second kick slices his eyelid off.
Was it the toes that hit him?
Aye, it was,
looked
it was an illegal kick,
Aye.
but he's just like, I think he's just like gutted because he's just unlucky, really, wasn't it? To be honest.
Aye.
But at the end of the day, he's 1-5-1 in Bellator and pulled out 4 fights as well. So it's like, I left Bellator about 3 years ago and I've still got more wins than him. You know what I mean? It's like,
Do you think the boy who was fighting would have been happy to take the DQ? He's just thought, fuck it, I've knocked him down, I'll just boot him in the head and get DQ'd.
It's
but
like
he's
watching the
Pierre's
kick.
nearly 40 as well, so he's getting on.
It was weird to see, like why would you make that kick? Like, he was clearly a downed opponent.
Aye. It wasn't even close to him. Like,
What about his walkout?
But that's it. That's what he's going to be known for, this walkout now. Like,
But like, see, when I was there and I'm watching, I'm thinking, this is pish.
Aye.
Like,
Come out
I've
to
seen
Zombie.
I've seen Korean Zombie in fucking Singapore. The place was
the real
electric,
one.
and I'm watching like it's not the same.
He's had a few digs at you and me, Peter, in the past. So it's
No,
just like,
he was going to fight me in one of the FFCs.
what's his problem?
Was he,
with
aye?
you?
He was, aye. I don't know. Like, I'm a nice guy.
but it's just like,
Like, I know you had a bit of back and forth.
no, I remember Paul was fighting one time and he tweeted son about the way you were fighting, and his next fight he was just shelled up, and I just like, you're bad mouthing all these fighters, and then you're turning into a ball and getting battered for 5 rounds or whatever. So I think it's get it up him. Know what I mean? Get it up him. Like, it was the fact that he's been a cunt through the years, and I had a good thing going to Dublin to train, and he took that away from me because of a jealousy thing. So that's what he gets, man. That's what happens. It's life.
It's a shame that he was able to have that sway and to stop that. It just seems a shitty thing to do, the Dublin thing.
You know, it's his gym, innit? Like, it's like the hit squad's your gym. You're a big deal in there, so you kind of get the pull.
Aye, of course. No, I get it.
But I still didn't think that's the type of thing you would do. Kind of, I don't know, I just feel like that was a pure snidey thing to do.
He came off a loss with Miles, and I came off the win for Terry, and Bede sparred, and he had a good spar against me, so he's like, I had a bit of shine. He's like, I want to take that.
Did he no fucking put a picture up actually, which was nothing to do with was there no a picture? He maybe did this
for
with
the
someone
spar.
else. Was it with you?
For the spar, aye.
And I was like, that was a bit of a shitty one.
I don't like that.
I was the end of the round, I shot for a takedown, he sprawled, and then as I was getting back up,
Aye,
it looked like he'd
and he tried to
maybe
play it
dropped
like
me or
that,
something,
aye, like
but
he knocked you down and
nobody's dropped me ever.
sparring. I've never seen it. Just that's a weird one. I don't know. But like you say, you were coming off
But you can get it where he's coming from, can't you?
Aye, of course,
Like, when
man.
you're trying to obviously build your brand, you're like, right, well, I'm coming off a loss. I need to try and get. So
I need to start something.
I get it.
Aye.
I get it. But it's obviously a snide way of doing, especially if you're training with guys regularly. And it wasn't just like, oh, I've been over there once. It was like, you
always went there.
No,
that
but
was part of your
he was
camp.
messaging me about it as well. So it was,
I remember you
it was
showing me.
sneaky behind the scenes. So, but aye. So he got
couldn't
the
have
confidence.
happened-
He got the confidence booster, and he still couldn't beat that guy as well. Know what I mean?
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. That way
Yeah,
you're saying.
fuck him.
So guys, we are very lucky to be working with Anaconda Fightwear, and one of the products they've got that we're really excited about is a knee brace. So the knee brace not only has a little bit of protection if you're a wrestler and you like to shoot and you're quite heavy on the knee, it gives it a little bit of padding. But the thing that we're excited about with this knee brace is the fact that there's these straps that actually wrap around your knee to give it a little bit more support. So you across the front of the knee, and then it cinches itself on there, and the same again, creates this nice cross underneath the kneecap to give it that nice little bit of support. And what that should in theory stop is if you get natural weakness in your knee from years of playing football, years of running outside, or just somebody swinging off your leg in jiu-jitsu, it will give you that little bit of lateral pressure to stop that from actually dislocating. So it's, as I said, both me and the guys are massively behind this product. We've been giving them to your father-in-law who uses them in the golf course. We've given them to guys in the gym who have knee issues, and they swear by them. And as we said, the thing that sets these apart from anybody else is these bits of Velcro, which actually mean nothing, but until you actually wrap them up and use them properly, it makes a huge difference. So check out Anaconda Fightwear. What's the website?
AnacondaFightwear.co. You'll get 2 rash guards for $59 now. Got the green, got the black, they come in long sleeve, there's a gold one.
Some tight
We've got
shots,
tight shots.
normal shots.
So guys, check out Anaconda Fightwear. You will be impressed. Their rash guards are not covered in massive Dragon Ball Z stuff. They're very, very classy. We kind of like the design of them. And the same for the shorts. We were wearing the shorts for our competition at the weekend. Chris will be fighting them in his next fight as well. The kit itself's fantastic, and this knee brace, if you have been plagued with injuries through jiu-jitsu, MMA, whatever your sport is, go and check them out. And it's anacondafightwear.co.
Oh, well.
The show was all right. It was like busy show. And I get why they go back to Ireland.
Who was
SBG?
Who was the main event? Eblam, Johnny Eblam for American Top Team for the middleweight strap against Fabian Edwards.
Some cut on the head, eh?
Aye, that's
Did you see the cut?
That's a
Belter.
Did you see the fucking vein?
What do you mean?
Like you could actually see like.
Oh, really?
arteries, man.
Aye, when they were lifting the skin, man.
I saw the bit where they were like,
Some elbow though, sharp elbow. If that went further, that would have been canned, man.
Aye.
a nasty cut. Like,
But then I think apparently spat on him, and then he's shouting at Leon and all that. Like, relax, bro.
who spat on who?
Johnny Eblam,
Spat on
Fabian, as he was doing.
So I'd taken my daughter to the show.
Right.
First MMA show she's ever been to.
What did she think?
She did enjoy it. She enjoyed
No
it.
bad atmosphere for her though. For Dublin.
No.
Was it full?
It was full. The only thing I felt really bad about was because people were asking for pictures, and then there just happened to be a queue, and people were just coming straight off the bat, and then bump. So I missed like so many of the first couple of fights because I was taking pictures, and I felt bad because I wanted to sit there and be
She was
like,
just sitting there.
aye. So I wanted to like explain. I wanted to be explaining to her like what's like. Oh, this is what's happening, and I wanted to like. Right, who you picking? You picking the blue gloves or you picking the red gloves? And have that kind of wee... Because it was a first show and I never got to really experience it well.
It's tough though, because it is also your job, eh? Like, it is a place where fans of MMA are going to be like, fucking hell, there's Paul Craig.
And then I had went up to a guy who I thought I knew, and it turns out I didn't know.
Quality.
They're the best in EP. How you doing, man? Aye. He was meant to be like... It was Johnny Walker's... I thought it was Johnny Walker's coach.
Aye.
And remember we met him in Rio. And
Oh, he put up a picture of you actually, Johnny Walker.
Aye.
Yeah.
So I was like talking to him, and I was like, "How was your?" Because he was going to go to the Hibs game. I have no idea. The guy was coming over. The guy was coming over today. I was like, "How you doing?" And he's like, "I think you're going to be confused with somebody else." And I was like,
Aye.
"Yep."
Enjoy your night, mate.
And then I walked away, and then I seen Johnny, and I got a chat with Johnny.
Did you tell me this? Did you see Pizza Carol?
I did.
Yes,
Legend. Shout out to him. He always he loves the podcast.
Great guy.
He was telling me he's like I just have to be here because I'm the OG of the Ireland, and he never said that. That's what I said. I was like, because he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm just here. I was
Just like as a fan, just went for the
just jump about. Met some guys from back in the Bama days as well. Caught up with Jude Samuel. Haven't seen him in a while.
Did you see Judd as well? Yes.
Still dresses sharp, man. That guy.
He's cool. Cool guy.
The kid just floats.
Did you know ask him about stuff then? No.
What about?
About like...
Oh, I didn't know.
promotion and that,
No,
no?
I didn't ask any of that kind of
Wonder.
stuff. Didn't ask any of that kind of
He's
stuff.
quite good at his job though. So he
Yes.
would be a good value to somebody.
Aye, look, no matter where he's going to go, he's going to end up somewhere good. Like PFL buy over. I don't know what PFL who matches for the PFL, but you're going to take Jude Samuel, aren't you?
I listened to Pizza Carol talking to Dan Hardy about it. So,
Does Dan Hardy do the?
yes, PFL Europe, because
And he does all the matchmaking.
I'm trying to get it right word for word, because I'm not sure who said it, whether it was Pizza or whether it was Dan Hardy, but it was on their podcast and they were saying the amount of people, fighters who are directly messaging Dan Hardy saying, what's that? I can't mind if it was Dan who said it.
I was going to do that too.
But that's
Dan,
what
he's a
they
fucking.
were talking about, like people are just flat out messaging Dan, like, Dan, what's happening? Am I getting on this show or what? So people are obviously...
Is he happy with that, or is he annoying him?
He never said either way how he was about it. Fuck, message him,
a
mate.
guy
Just
like
see what's
Dan is going to know who's in PFL.
Aye. He knows the
He's
score,
going to
eh?
know who's like, right, I know there's a guy up in Scotland, right.
He's a switched on guy.
He's been
Probably the
there,
right
done
guy
it.
for it.
He's cornered
right guy.
against me twice.
Is he?
And I beat his guy, so he knows who I am. Dan, remember me?
Beat 2 years.
Our favourite Scottish referee was asking for you.
A big Marcus said
Big
again.
Marky, aye, he was just asking when you're out. He was asking when I was out, and he's like,
Is he doing in Newcastle?
I'm not sure, but he's not
yours?
going to Ireland. He's in Ireland. I'm not going to Ireland either. He's not doing Vegas. I think he's doing. Anyways, he's got a show. He's doing a show out there, and he was just asking how things were. And I was like, it's good. I like Mark. Like I've always liked Mark.
I like Mark until I step in the cage. Like that's when we clash more.
Right.
But outside we're like, aye. So,
Respect, but I do like him. He was asking how your house camp and all that going. I saying, aye, everything's good. He's just back for his world tour. Aye.
I wonder if he's got to be in Newcastle. He won't ref me though. But
It's just a work
He
thing,
said
though.
that. He did say that, but that's a good place. He said he's
Aye.
not going to ref you, not because he doesn't like you as a fighter. Well, he doesn't want you worrying about something that you don't need to worry about.
aye.
Well, now you didn't even have to think about it as well.
Aye.
That's
So,
like
aye.
so. I got to give him a
Aye,
respect
fair
for
enough.
that. But aye, it was a good show. It's definitely going to be
What was
missed.
your highlight of the night? Peter Queel's walkout.
No, like as I said, but
What was it as much as people? I mean, Pizza Carol comes
No.
out every time.
no,
I was talking to Pizza yesterday.
it's nothing special. I've seen better walkouts, and it's like, aye, it's nothing special.
I don't know, but for them, the Irish thing and
So Aisling Daly,
Yes.
who was the first female Irish fighter in the UFC like 10 years ago, she walked out to this, and it was like when
liked
it was in Ireland and stuff, and that was unbelievable.
So Dylan Took was talking about this with me the other day because I'd said that I was
He's
like,
very close to her.
aye, he'd said like he was just a kid. He said I think he was about 18, 19. He'd just lost his teeth and he was going out there to corner her, and the place was electric. James was there also, and he said you could actually, the walls were shaking. It was that noisy, and he was like, that's what they're wanting for this walkout, and that's what Dylan was saying. He was like, I was just a kid there, and I was shaking myself walking out because of that noise, and that's kind of cool.
Aye,
Talking about
aye.
Dylan Took, he's out this weekend as well.
yes, aye. I thought it was a couple of weeks away, but I was
No,
trying
he's
to
out this weekend.
Paris, isn't it?
Gay
France.
Perry.
Aye. They fucked up his flights, he's raging.
Aye.
He was kicking off in the gym about it the other night. I saw him and I thought, oh, he's maybe cutting weight. He's gone through it a bit. I was like, all right, Dylan, how's it going? He's fucking just gone mad. He's
Aye,
phone
they,
about
they,
them fucking
messed
his
up
flights.
his flights. But that's what I was saying. I was like, don't worry about it. It's all
Aye, it'll
sorted
get
now.
sorted.
Just go and do the
See,
business. man.
watching these guys fighting, just hit pads and spar, like it just looks awkward with these horns, and I'm just like, Dylan is too smooth. Is it on the feet for this guy? Unless
He's so
I
elusive.
don't know if a guy gets a hold of him. I
He's
don't
very
know. What that's
Dylan's a shit hot grappler.
Aye.
Like he's good all round. He's always been the guy. Like I remember when I was coming up in Bama, he was always the name that was fucking. He was always the guy that was there. So everybody's always had
I
like
think he had a lot of hype.
Aye,
At one
a lot of
point,
hype,
no,
aye.
which maybe at the rank time for him.
Aye.
And then he got a couple of hard fights in a row. So you know what it's like. One
age is he?
One fight can change
Oh, I
people's
think
minds.
he's maybe
quick.
only 26 or 27. I don't think he's
Young.
very old. Aye, he's,
So he wins this. He goes into the final, which is held in Dublin
Yes.
for $100,000, and then that puts you into.
Is he potentially fighting? It's going to be an all Irish final. Am I right?
aye.
Who's in the final for the just who's in the semis for the four?
Corner or something, I think it was.
Interesting.
So I put on 12 fights.
The weekend for winning some buckies.
Friday high.
Many did you get?
Big note on it. 12 fights, 11 won.
Who like you doing?
Young boy Kenny.
Was it Bellator you were betting
Aye,
on?
Kenny.
Aye.
He fought a guy for Wales, and the guy.
I know
he
the guy you're talking
he
about.
just threw him about.
Aye, that was a
for
good fight.
3
That was a
rounds.
very good fight.
Just took his shoulder.
So did you know pick Fabian, no?
No,
No?
no, I knew that was.
Aye.
I picked the knockout.
Aye.
Aye, I know my shit.
Were you
Fabian's
fucking?
known
Were you
himself.
gutted too?
One fight, mate. One fight.
That's gambling for you.
And
Who's
see,
it?
see, the thing is, it was like the 4th fight or something, so it was like it was done
Fuck
right
you.
away. So even if I went on, I would have get a wee bit more excited.
What we got there, young Jamie?
I can't see it now. I can see the playoff cards for the August 18th and 23rd. That's it.
Right.
Is it on their Instagram? And what, are you on their Instagram? Innit?
It doesn't matter. It's going to be an all Irish final anyway. Dylan,
Me
wish
Dylan
him-
winning it anyway.
Aye.
So
Kid's good.
Aye.
Very good. It's just a good time, good moment in the gym. We've obviously got the guys fighting in this. Is it? What's the show in Montrose that thing he's fighting on?
Castor or Castius or something like that.
So you've got a few
Something like
guys.
that.
You've got
Kirsties.
Kier's fighting on it as well.
I seen that actually.
And
Like yeah,
we've got
where's Lorenzo and Michael? Is it on
same
that
one,
show?
same
Is it that show? Aye.
So it's a good wee show.
Castius or Castius.
21st.
Something like that. It's 3 weeks on Saturday.
Is that when that is?
I think.
And then we've got Sean out as well. He's cage
Sean.
warriors. Oh, young Jamie's got something.
I've found it there. It's a Polish guy called Jacob
Aye.
Aye,
Zuba.
Who's the other fight? The other Irish guy.
That's all I can see on it now, but I'll have a look.
that's all right.
That's the guy he's fighting.
We're over it. We're over it. It's a good time
Michael's
for UK.
looking good. I've been training with him all morning and night, and he's strong and fit, sharp. But he's always like that.
Aye.
He is improving, to be fair, and should be a good one. I'll be there. Front and centre.
We'll all be there.
I
Big
hate
against shoes
fights like that,
bastards,
mate.
man. I'll be against shoes
You
bastards.
bastards. What does that mean?
Why you
Where you going? Where you going to Antarctica dressed like that anyway?
Mate, I'm not very
Fucking Kurt Russell at the thing earlier, man.
Sick as fuck.
Did you go beige on beige for a reason?
Aye, mate, to look cool.
Beige dick.
Still look cool, mate.
Like beige
You're
hat,
like fucking
beige hat.
rating with your arms folded.
That's what I mean. That's mate. I feel fucking. I'm withdrawing, mate. Been off the gear for 2 days, mate. I'm struggling. I'm having a badge in. So, 21st is not. So that's Saturday. Sunday. Saturday.
Just Saturday, I'm sure.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Good show, but I'm looking forward to it. A few fights I'm looking forward to, so we'll go up there.
It's the first show. It's the first show.
I think James had mentioned something about his actual commentating. I don't know for sure. He's obviously not followed anything back up, but we'll be there anyway as fight fans, as UK fight fans. You'll be in the corner.
I'll be there. Corner, my boy.
I will not be in the corner.
Corner, mate. We'll start something.
We'll start something.
Aye.
Oh, you do Michael's corner, aye, of course.
Scrap pack. That's what I do. Just always get some sort of altercation.
We'll have a wee.
Pretty sure I've had a few altercations with you on my side in a cage as well. You know what I mean? How the tables have turned.
Have they got a bit of beef, Lorenzo and Michael? No, they're always cool.
Not at all.
Aye.
Not at all.
It's just fights. It's
They
just
didn't seem
Professional scrap.
it's just this is the fight to make in Scottish MMA.
neither of them are that type of guy either. To be fair, if either of them were doing it, it would seem put on because neither of them are like that.
No, it's
From what I've seen.
for me. Like I don't see how it's a win-win for Michael. I've said this to you before. I don't know how it's a win-win. Michael wins. Who
Another
does-
pro win, mate. So you need to rack the wins up.
I know,
You
but
need to- if you know he's
but
not
then-
fighting at all, so he needs to fight.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If he wins, and then he's obviously looking to go to bigger shows, they're going to look at his record and be like, right, he beat Thomas Hepburn, beat some other guy, beat another O&O pro, and then been beat off mark. Like, so that's not going to help him. It's not as if it's.
I don't know,
Do you know what
man.
I'm saying? And then for
Because Lorenzo's had like fucking 20 amateur fights, so
I know,
it's
but
still,
then
it's
amateur
still be a
means
good
nothing
win.
nothing in this business. It's pro lands that count, and the pro ones that get you to these bigger shows. And especially if you're a matchmaker, you're going to look at it and be like, well, who's he beat?
I don't think the loss to Mark reflects badly on him at all.
No, certainly not. Like,
'cause
when you
Mark's-
look at Mark's career, I said that to Mark. I was like, I thought he was going to win.
Aye.
I thought
Some fight for two of them being a debut, you know what I mean? Two of them.
some show, man. And the old Hollytown Havoc, the
Small
old COVID,
cage,
the old COVID.
It was a small case too. It's like
What was it? It was like right at the heart of COVID that just finished, didn't it? And they just opened up.
I just after it.
Aye, and then it was like everybody ended up
wanted to
COVID.
be there.
It was good though.
It was a good night out.
and it's good for young guys like that to just be going, aye, fuck
Well,
it.
there you go, Mark.
Aye.
Just fought in Bellator the weekend. Fought in Hollytown. So just goes to show you come to the show, you end up in the big league.
Aye. You got to cut your teeth in the Hollytown.
But I think it'll be quite a tough fight for them both. I don't know. It's
5 rounds? 3 rounds? What is it?
3 rounds, but it's 5 minutes. And Lorenzo's been fighting 3 minutes for all. I know he's sparring, it may be different, but you still need that in there. You still need that experience. Because
Lorenzo
the 2
looks-
minutes, the 2 extra minutes in the heat, the battle is tough, man.
I was sparring with him today.
It's funny for me because I remember when Lorenzo was like a boy at school. That's when I first met Lorenzo. He was just a wee kid. And
Why are
now-
you hanging about at school gates, mate?
'Cause
with wee boys? You're fucking
he's
creep.
coming- I was in the gym with his fucking uncle.
I'm kidding you.
And then seen him in the gym hitting the bag the other day, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
He's they like
He's still young as well, man. And he's had so many fights.
I know.
Should
fighters.
be a good one. Obviously, I'm back my boy.
Of course.
Ever, always.
I hate to pick anyone out. That's I don't like to do that.
Like fuck Michael.
All right then.
Fuck Michael.
You go in the corner then.
I'm cornering nobody. I don't like cornering. I don't even like MMA. I'll tell you this.
10 kicks after, I'm just letting you know. I'll be
You'll be
there.
taking souls. Why are you making stuff kick off?
You can be in the commentary box doing your thing, but anybody else kicks off,
I just go up there to train.
I'll be
mate.
ready.
I don't think there's any animosity to any of the hit squad guys at higher level.
Definitely not.
No, there's not.
Definitely not.
Like everybody in higher levels, like
There's no, but I've seen some guys in the corner spout some shit and shout shit. So
aye, me.
I'm just got to say.
For the other side,
No.
Who?
I'll be ready, mate. Just,
Hey, all right.
I'll be ready.
Are you expecting bother? Truthfully,
No.
no.
No, if you're going to be there anyway, big stuff. For fuck's sake.
I feel like I'll be fighting some kind else. Don't worry. I feel like I've missed something.
You better hope young fucking you better hope Big Jamie's not there.
Or
Don't go in that shape anyway, bro, man. You'll blow you.
so long. No, I'll get over the flu first.
Get so many fucking vitamins in you.
Don't come up to me at the show, Jamie.
Yeah, Montrose is it's just up past Dundee way, innit? It's not really north.
But if you get fighters and you know Ross Cooper's going to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Got to record you.
Aye.
Somebody record this.
Aye. Punch him
Get a
for
bit
the
of
side.
clickbait
I'll
going.
go punch him for the side when he's not looking.
He's got to put on some LL Cool J. Don't tell her to come back.
A lassie tried to fucking boot me in the balls of fucker on Saturday night. Got her fucking. I've caught her foot and I just went to boot her leg away. I was like, oh, didn't
I tried to tie sweep.
Big sweep.
honestly, I
sweep,
stopped
man.
myself. I stopped myself straight away.
You're
And
hilarious,
what I
mate.
actually done was I pulled her shoe off, and there's like a terrace opposite us, and I fucking went to chuck the shoe on the terrace.
You're a tyrant, Ross.
Mate, I'm not getting booted at my work. Fuck that.
I just sweep her.
No, you can't. Because if they hit their head, mate,
I
they're
shoved
fucked.
somebody downstairs one time when I done the door in Motherwell. It was like a wee
And Scoosh.
under road tunnel thing, but there were stairs doing it, so you can go under the road basically. And this guy was just in my face, and they went for me, so I just shoved them right down the stairs, and this lassie just kept screaming at me, oh my god, you're an animal. I'm just like, the guy was coming at me, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to do? I need to defend myself.
Mate, a boy got chinned a couple of weeks ago at my work, fell back, fucking hit his head off a table, and he was in the hospital for days, eh? It's like, just isn't worth the pit. And the boy who done it, the boy who
don't know how they're going to land, man.
the boy who got chinned, it was 100% his fault. Mouthed off at an older guy in front of his missus, and the boy was like, I'm not being spoken to like that in front of my fucking wife. Bang, dropped some hits. He said, we had him in the medical room, like I was like, this cunt's going to die, yeah. His legs wouldn't move. His fucking.
Did you dip his pockets?
No, not that bad. But it
If
just
you did that,
reminds
you'd
you,
have been in about that
like,
in nobody's business.
CV guys punching each other. And that's what they didn't realise, mate. They didn't know.
Is that where you get that hat?
What? I
Off the
took it off
guy?
him. He was a corpse. I was like, now's my chance to get a cool
New
hat.
hat.
Are you growing your hair?
Will I grow my hair?
Are
Mate, I'll grow my hair.
Are you right now?
No. I just
What's
shaved it.
under there?
I just shaved it this morning. You want to
Alright.
see?
No, it's
You
all
want to see a
good.
fresh shave on my dome? That should be the forfeit. I'll grow my hair back in.
That's a shite forfeit. It takes fucking ages.
See when
It'll look
see when
atrocious.
we landed in Calgary, we were driving in motor, and there was like a big strip joint just at the traffic lights. We looked at it. We no longer accept Bitcoin. Big poster on this strip joint.
The guys in there just like,
Cuz
I was-
good. Like, oh, dance, man. I'm paying Bitcoin. That's amazing.
I'll give you a
I just
coin.
couldn't stop laughing when I seen it.
you got the holiday blues, mate.
Like, you come back to reality with like
Shit
a
weather
kid,
too.
like you need to get up with the baby and like feed her and bath her, and then you're just like, I
last
could
week
be
I was doing
doing
this.
the line fucking Malibu right now, but because I was starting the fight camp on the Monday, I was so eager,
business. It's
so
business,
so
isn't it?
eager to get started and get training. I've been doing morning sessions, nighttime sessions. My back's no sore the next day. I'm eating the night foods, so I'm buzzing. But I'm just like,
How's your edible consumption been?
none. I took one last Sunday, and that was it.
I think about dipping one the night.
I can't because I just want to munch, and I've got stuff there I could eat. Like shit, it's not good for me. And it's like as soon as I pop that, I know
You'll just
later
go for it. It's
I've got
fuck
this
now
big
anyway.
M&M crispy bars mine, and it's like, oh great.
I've just been all that shit, man. Take your temptation away. Get yourself some berries.
No, I'm
Get
trying
yourself-
nothing.
I love getting high and eating raspberries.
Get high and eat all the good stuff.
Is that as soon as you have an edible, like you just start eating shit?
Do you know?
Aye.
I didn't really use edibles.
You just go to hard
I kind of-
vein injecting
Mate,
drugs.
I missed everything. Mind when everybody used to smoke grass and that. I just skipped all that bit and fucking like the first thing I started.
Heroin.
Speed was the first thing I started taking. Aye,
Speed bath.
because you kind of get caught smoking it. That was my
Smoke speed.
my theory. Eh?
You see Jamie's
I
face,
didn't
man.
smoke speed.
It's fucking hilarious.
Obviously, taking speed, there was no like you didn't smell like grass or anything, so you're not going to get caught. So just fucking take. I don't know. It just seemed a much, and it was cheap as fuck.
Jamie's like, aye, cool. I get it.
Aye. What,
You
age,
know?
what age were you when you started taking drugs, Jamie?
I think I started smoking grass when I was like 16 or something.
Aye.
15 maybe.
That's a good age.
Aye,
You know,
it's a bit-
experiment.
When did you start doing big fat slug lines?
Yeah, I've never touched on a drug.
Good on you.
17.
grass.
I was.
So Theo told me that a guy from Scotland Snapchats him every day taking a big fat line.
for Theo.
every day.
Do you know this guy?
No. So in my head I was like, maybe Andy Cameron or something. Or that, but it's probably somebody we know in it. He's like, every day, man, just open it up. I'm like, does that make you want to get back on it? He's like, oh man, temptation's there. But imagine just sending that to Theo every day. Daily line, boom. Man, you've got a problem, have you?
Nah, maybe just
A line a day doesn't keep the doctor away, bro. Keeps the paranoia away.
It's like
I bet he enjoys his work, but Monday morning he's fucking. He's like, yeah.
Ross, do you stand at the window?
aye.
Do you stand up or do you see it?
Uh,
I'm a stander, mate. See if I'm on it, I don't sit.
I'd tough to say
For days. Whose party, I stand, mate.
stand for sure. Aye,
Honestly,
no, I get
it's like people tell me to sit down because I'm making them nervous.
I get busy too. I start doing stuff. I get busy, mate. Eh.
That's hilarious.
I need to be moving about. We need to be. Come on, let's get this room cleaned up or something. I couldn't sit about. Like you've got to be busy. Eh.
I must stand.
Aye, I'll definitely. I couldn't.
I'm glad I don't take any other drugs.
Like sit down. Oh, nah. I would even still stand, lean over, and take it off the table. I wouldn't sit down and take it. It would just be too.
That's hilarious.
It would just throw off the.
Aye, I'm a stander, mate.
Aye. You off it now, but
Aye.
I'm off it.
Aye.
Off it.
Are we? I thought we were going to play golf. Aye.
On Charlie or Edibles?
I don't know.
Oh, right. Charlie. I don't know.
I'm gonna play
I thought I was going to be our next Leather Boys Go. Leather Boys Go.
Oh, mate.
I'll be
I
fucked.
can't drive when I'm on them. Go to the golf course and take one and fucking run him.
Do you do the teeth in that?
I just knocked it out myself, man.
No, we'll play golf, man, but no high, man.
We'll
fight camp.
We'll definitely need to get
Just so we can lose at that as well. Aye.
another forfeit.
I don't know, man. He's good sometimes, but sometimes takes him 10 times to get him all.
Do you have off days at the golf? Aye.
Aye, every day. I'm shit at golf.
I feel like that might not be true. I'm going to start. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I wonder if I would play golf, and I was just like, well, nah.
If it's good enough for Michael Jordan, it's good enough for me.
He likes it. He gambles on it a lot.
He also likes jingles, so
So he's got his own golf course, and but it's brilliant because, say for instance, he drives 250 yards. That bit of the fairway's free. So if you drive 300 yards, that bit is just littered with everything out with his club range is littered with traps.
What do you mean traps?
So he's designed a course like that
to play to his advantage.
Aye.
So if he has like
booby traps. I said booby traps.
So if he knows
sand,
he's against the boy with a good
water,
drive, aye.
So he's like, I can just play. I'll play my 6-iron up to here and then chip onto the green because he obviously wants to win because he's a competitor.
So if you can hit longer than him, you try and go that way. You're going to be fucked.
You're going to fuck that. He's smart, isn't he? That's why he's the goal.
I loved that one about we'd only beat the Lakers by a couple of points. Why only a couple of points? Most of us are in our 60s.
I know, that's good, isn't
it? Like Maddie still thinks like that. Eh? It's cool, but
I've seen that, man.
It's definitely worth watching the last dance leading into a fight camp.
Likes a whiskey or a scotch.
Mate,
what is it?
When you look at him, he doesn't look healthy, does he?
No.
I think it's Maddie likes everything bad for him.
He looks like a guy that sits at the end of the bar in Hollytown, like eyes popping out seeds, like all red and all that.
I used to play for the Chicago Bulls. Did you, mate? Did you?
Could have made it.
Like how he's just making stuff up and he's to win though. That's insane.
But it's good. It's motivation, isn't it?
Aye, but you're going to a dark place here and just making up stuff.
Is it to do with gambling in that though? The golf, because I seen he'll fucking gamble on anything. Eh?
Aye, he likes
is that not a thing?
gamble.
He'll anything he'll put money down on it. So is it maybe golf games with the boys gambling in that?
Big Larry Bird.
He's not fucking hurting anybody doing any gambling.
He is.
How he's making plenty of money.
Aye, but he's obviously
lose.
Aye, but he's not just betting like £10 a hole. He's betting hundreds of thousands of pounds.
You ever heard the theory that's why his dad get killed?
Because he owed money.
Aye, because he watched The Last Dance, it's kind of...
He got murdered, didn't he? Got shot.
Well, the story was like his car broke down and the boy pulled up to help him and then just murdered him for the car.
Used to in your fucking theories, man.
Aye.
Well, mate, his dad did get murdered.
Aye.
It's not fake. Just saying. Just saying, mate. Look into it, mate.
Aye, so as I was saying, Last Dance leading into fight camps like last couple of weeks.
Have you been watching it again, aye?
No, but I will. I'll
going to
fire that
watch
up.
it.
Chris,
Yes.
you ever been involved in a non-fault accident?
I have.
Now, I don't know if you know my guys at G4 Claims.
No, tell me more.
I will. So these guys will take all the stress of dealing with the accident and they will get you on the road a lot quicker. They will deal with all the harassment that you've got to deal with, phoning up people, stressful. You deal with the girls at the front, absolutely tremendous at their job, very friendly, and they'll get you on the road as soon as they possibly can. Stress-free, utmost respect.
And how much of my claim will I get?
Well, you'll get whatever's entitled to you, my man.
100% it is. It's 100%.
Oh, is it?
Aye.
Well, we'll keep
So
going.
I was feeding you
Ross,
like that there. Thought you not.
do you know the number?
Aye.
The number? No, but I'll get you the number.
You absolutely fucked that.
I fucked that up, I'm sorry.
No, but I've got it on my phone.
I'll tell you the number now.
Tell me the number.
It's 01698 767 172. Or you can visit their website.
I was going to say that. I don't actually have a phone.
Nah. So go on the website, notatfault.com.
What is the company called again?
G4 claims.
Survive.
What have I been watching? I watched Batman Begins last night.
Sorry, I know.
Underrated. I forgot actually.
Under
who
the
it was.
radar it goes.
It was just like I had listened,
Because the Dark Knight and that is so good.
but then I was like, I'm going to watch Dark Knight tonight, and then I'm thinking I could be way off the mark here, and it's just because the guy's dead. Everybody thinks he's amazing.
You
Does-
got to say Heath Ledger is the good at Joker.
I'm not saying he's no good. I'm just not saying it's like the best fucking. He's the best actor in the world. Like, no, I'm not having it.
Are Nirvana good before he shot his head off?
No,
But now they're good.
no. I'm not a big Nirvana
that
fan
goes
because
the
the guy
same thing,
sexually
innit?
assaulted a disabled lassie. Remember?
here we go.
We went on
Just
this one.
fucking had a go at me over theories, has it?
No, that's not a theory. It's straight up. We've spoken this, haven't we? Yes.
So,
Because people are saying Big Paul Craig's fucking starting vicious rumours about Kurt Cobain.
Aye.
it's
not like he's gonna
do
do
you
anything
like
about it.
Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker?
No, I don't like Joaquin Phoenix.
Do you know think he's a good actor?
I like him in We Own the Night. That
He's
is a
been
film, man.
he's been hit with a few allegations too.
So, how come you don't? What's the thing about Heath Ledger? Just because you
Aye,
got praised because he died?
he died. Oh, he was a troubled soul.
Got killed by the Olsen
So
twins.
brave.
I feel it was a good performance.
Good
as a Joker.
performance, yes.
Yeah, mate.
Aye.
That's who gave him his stuff, that he died on. One of the, what's her name?
Olsen
the
twins?
Olsen twins. One of the lassies came up the room, gave him the stuff, and he fucking died.
I'd never heard that.
Aye, it's true. That's who he got the stuff off.
Is it true or is it a theory?
No, it's true. Aye, that's who he. That's who
Jamie,
was
go
getting him
check
his
this
gear.
out, 'cause-
Truthfully, aye, it's true. She went up to the room, gave him his stuff, and off he went.
So, I'm not saying it's not a good performance because it's a very good performance.
No, it is.
But there's a but there. It's no like this amazing performance where you're like, oh my God. Like when I think of an amazing performance, you know who I think of?
Kindergarten Cop.
Yes. I believed he was a cop and I believed he was a kindergarten teacher. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
See, we go gets the ferret. No.
No,
gold,
like
mate.
Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. That is a performance, and not just the scene where everybody's like, "You want the truth?" Like, see the whole like when he's in Guantanamo Bay and he's like, "Ask me nicely."
Aye, no, he's
That- that-
that's-
like,
he won
that's-
an Oscar for that. I'm sure, did he? Somebody won an Oscar on that film.
Maybe he
Cruise?
best
No,
support.
David, I don't know.
But anyway,
But that's
that
Legit.
for me is fucking amazing acting. Like, wow. And I'm going to bring up Brad Pitt again, but I know
here we go.
I absolutely
he's good,
fucking
mate.
love
He is
Brad
good.
Pitt.
Brad
He's
Pitt's good, right?
He's good.
He is good.
And he's better than Joaquin Phoenix. He's better than
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Aye. Well, what did Heath Ledger really do? Brokeback Mountain, the one, A Knight's Tale, stuff like that. It's no
Aye, but then people are like, amazing, so brave. Like, go fuck yourself.
brave because he was a cowboy or something. What are you talking about, brave?
Homosexual cowboy. Addicted to pills.
Why does it have to be any sort of homosexual? Surely he's just a cowboy.
Nah, he was a gay one.
He's just a cowboy. You get lonely in this.
All right, man.
Aye.
Everybody gay sometimes.
He got,
So
got bit by a gay guy out on the range.
So, see, because Theo does a bit where somebody came out at one of his shows, somebody just came out, he's like, I'm gay. So he takes me onto the stage, right, there's nobody there at Big Arena, but the mic's there. So I walk up there, I'm gay. He starts laughing, I'm like, this can't leave this room now. I just had to get that off my chest, feels that. It's so funny, man. away to the left, there's this wee cleaning woman sitting in the theatre chair. I didn't see her. So I'm like, I say in the mic, this doesn't leave this room. What's this leave? So she's doing all this and that's okay. There's somebody exact same bit on the other side, just laughing. I'm like, right, we need to shut this off, man. He's like, no. So funny.
Did the Olsens kill Heath Ledger?
So what I found out is that Mary Kate Olsen was like in a relationship with him for like 3 months before he died. And when the woman found Heath Ledger lying face down dead, she found Mary Kate Olsen first.
Right.
So there was no mention of her drugging him.
She supplied
No,
him,
she
though.
didn't drug him. He went to her to get the stuff. That's what he was doing. He was going to her
If
to
they
get
were in
the
a
stuff.
relationship, that would make sense.
What was it? Fentanyl?
Is it Fent that killed him?
I don't know.
It doesn't say here, I'll look it up now.
Quality.
Same way River Phoenix, he took the same minute. He just
Fent
popped
got
out.
Now River Phoenix
Actor.
is young Indiana Jones. I believe.
Aye.
I'm in.
Aye.
I'm in.
Stand By Me and Noise. It's class,
Aye,
man.
like that's
He had it all. That's Joaquin's wee brother.
Aye.
Mental, innit? Good.
I remember
Acting
Joaquin
family.
being in Parenthood as a kid. Do you remember this film with like Steve Martin? We had it in VHS. I don't know fucking why we had it, but we had this film and he was in it. I remember that wee hair-lipped looking.
What about
motherfucker.
Gladiator bit? Oh, come on.
No, he's not. He's not.
What is it, Commodore and Gladiator? But
He's a slimy bastard.
Aye.
Aye. He's like
he's good.
kiss the ring.
Aye.
Like
Does he fuck his sister in it?
Aye.
he does. Aye,
There's something weird
aye,
there,
aye. And I don't think your dad's happy about it, is he?
His dad got killed.
And he just
Aye, he kills him.
suffocates
Aye.
You love me.
Like, listen, good actor, very good actor. I just don't like him.
Is it because he's got his lip caught in some tripwire?
No, Bubba Gum.
He's got that Hamza.
Talking about Hamza, did you see he left TriStar?
No, he left.
Eh,
he left
aye,
the
no, he's left-
nationality of
He
Sweden.
left fucking Europe.
Do you know
He's
why?
gone because he's Islamic.
Aye, tax free.
No.
Is that like a faith-based thing?
Yes.
That's why he's went to Dubai. Aye.
What a shite, innit?
Is that what he's saying though, or is it because of the tax?
So,
Probably.
Aye.
it was my strength and conditioning coach, Adam. What's it? Enhanced sports performance.
What is it?
Aye. He was telling me that that's a free plug for you there, Adam. He's like, he was telling me that it was someone in Sweden had burned a Quran,
Oh, there's loads of that's a big thing now. Right?
and it's not
In Denmark.
because it was like freedom of speech. They can't be prosecuted for it. And is it Kadyrov, the guy from Chechnya, basically phoned up El Triplip and said to him, like, you better get the fuck out of there.
And he's got him on strings away.
Aye, and it's like, cool. He goes to Dubai and gets a Rolex straight after playing.
I've seen that.
Aye.
But there's no.
He's like a
gyms.
proper villain, though, eh?
There's no gyms in Dubai. Like, where's he going to train in Dubai?
Doesn't matter.
Just
He'll bring the people in, man.
aye, for sure. Eh?
Get people.
Chechens will just go down and train them.
So is that going to be their move now? Just try and turn Dubai into a bit of a
Hub?
aye.
I don't know.
So it's Sweden heavy on the taxis as well, though, eh?
Aye, he was getting. He's not fought anyway, so.
For a year.
And then obviously he's fighting in the
Costa.
next couple of
There
weeks.
doesn't
Little
seem to be.
secret, Joss.
There doesn't seem to be much between him and Costa. Like normally, both the guys when they've got fights coming up, they like to give their opponent a bit of shit, but neither of them are really.
Maybe they're just saving it.
Maybe.
Are
I
we,
don't know.
are we going to do a
First round's got to be
companion?
insane.
You think it's a first round fight?
No, but
A
the
one-round
first
fight.
round's got to be insane.
As I said, do we do a fight companion for this?
When is it?
It should be a reasonable time. Is it like the
Because it's
21st?
Abu Dhabi. Eh?
Oh, it might be the same night as Michael's fight.
I think it might be.
Young Jamie?
Jimmy will get.
If it's doable, then we'll do it, man.
Aye,
I'll do it.
It's on the 21st of October, Saturday,
it's
21st
that
October.
night.
And
What time's it start at?
I was just going to say,
it's not always like,
'Cause it's-
sometimes it's
aye.
proper early, innit?
could be like in the afternoon.
We
eh?
get to Montrose in an hour and a
7
half,
p.m.
mate.
You-
7 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah,
at
that's
prime
out the
time.
window then.
What time's the main card start? Maybe main cards are like 10 o'clock. We can be like, hey,
We'll take
The
it.
main event is
We'll
expected to be 11.
11.
The mate will fucking ice. That's it. Fuck.
We'll just shoot it in Montrose, mate.
Aye, set up somewhere up there. So what you think? I'll get that done and dusted in the first round, Jank?
No, I just think it'll be an
Manic first round.
aye.
Do you think Hamzat wins?
Aye.
I think he could win
Aye.
for sure.
No, 100%.
How'd you beat him? Just out to fuck wrestle fuck him?
Aye. I think he'll break him, man.
Maybe gets a quick rear naked or something like that.
I think he could just pin him and batter him, then maybe get a wee fucking dash or some shit. But don't know. I just need to wait and see. But
I think
feel
that's most
what it could
likely,
do with a lot of people.
And then do you give him a title shot after that?
Probably.
Aye. Do you not prefer that to the Izzy rematch? Strickland Izzy rematch?
To where everybody is, I would. If you were a bit higher, Paul, then obviously you'd be in there. But who's fought who, and that, I would say the winner of the two have probably got to get it, because Sean's a new champ and he's not fought these type of guys as well. So,
but everyone's in there really because Sean was this number 6 guy. So really, everyone in the top 10 is in there. Realistically, like you could definitely get if you progress into the top 10, any of the guys could get the shout, because like if X is injured and X has just fought, then what are you doing? I'm fit. Aye, cool. Do you want? Because that's what happened with Sean Strickland. He was good to go.
I've told you what I want. I want the victory over Allen, and then early, you know, that March card in the UK. I want it in Glasgow. I want it headline in Glasgow. I'll get some unfinished business.
Class.
That's what I would like.
Maybe DDP. Maybe DDP.
He said, I don't think he's going to get it because he's not really like in favour, Because he said
he's closer to most people, though.
For sure, aye, he definitely is. But I just didn't feel like he's.
I kind of don't want to see Bobby Knuckles fighting for the title again. I don't know. I've seen it throughout the years. It's just like, let's get the fresh guys in.
I like that. I don't mind a long-term champion losing the title and a new guy coming in.
So would you think just Whittaker just cutting about, just beating people, keeping them out the top 5?
I need to put a couple of wins together.
Aye.
You just came off getting knocked out pretty quick.
Aye.
Aye. But DDP, I just feel like is not the right guy. I feel like he could fight for the title and win it. I just don't feel like he's the
DDP
right.
and Strickland would be fun to watch.
Aye.
Because they come forward.
Is he in DDP? I was looking forward to that.
That's a totally different.
So that could be potentially still the fight to be making, especially if you've got Hamzat working his way up. But then you need to think about, like, where's Hamzat going to fight? Like, where's the best place for him to get the biggest pop?
It's sure there.
Aye. It's Abu Dhabi, isn't it? And if you want to make him a superstar, that's where you kind of want him fighting.
What happens if Costa puts him away though?
I think it'd be good to see.
I think Costa can put him away.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And then do you say, right, Costa, you're fighting Strickland? That would be all right.
Aye. That's what I'm saying. It's
all the guys
wide
are
open.
good. Aye.
It's interesting.
All the guys are good, and like even yourself.
Or do you, the winner of this fight's either DDP or Izzy? Because the same again, like, I would like to see Hamzat fight, if Hamzat wins, Hamzat and Izzy. That'd be a cool fight. Hamzat versus DDP. All these kind of fights are cool.
I'd love to see Hamzat ragdoll Izzy, man.
I think that's what they were hoping for. But then obviously Strickland beat Izzy. I thought the UFC would have liked it that Hamzat gets past Costa and then he fights Adesanya. But obviously things have changed now, so you don't know what direction they're going to go in.
Takes the sting out of everything. Even the DDP Izzy fight now, there's not got much. I know they had the race war, but when the belt's known,
Race war.
I know it's not, the belt's known the line. It takes a wee bit of sting out of that. And all, like, they were got to fight for the title, and now it's like if they fought the new, like, oh, it's just a fight now.
And then even to rematch for the title, you'd still probably root for Strickland. You'd still be like, I'd rather see Strickland win that again. I don't know. It's a weird one now. Like I say, I know we're obviously biased because fucking you're a friend, but I would prefer to see new names progressing up and fighting for it. All these guys, we've seen them, and fucking Izzy was on his way to beating some of these people for the third time.
The good thing is you've not fought any of them.
Aye.
Where in light heavyweight you'd fought about 8 of them or something. Right. So it's like this is all fresh guys with different styles. They bring something different to the table. So it's good for you because you get to evolve as well.
You've got Johnny Walker versus
Ankalaev.
Both guys have fought. How do you think that goes?
I fancy Ankalaev in that one. I just feel he's more well-rounded.
What about just the sheer power of Johnny Walker? Like, his actual size and his mass, he's massive.
And he's so unconventional, mate. Like,
I think when he gets clipped sometimes, he's a bit shaky. But if Ankalaev can mix it up with his takedowns and control.
But he doesn't. He just stands and just fucking...
But he can though, when he wants to.
Cross, hook, cross, hook, kick. That's what he does.
It's an interesting fight.
When he got his leg fucked up by Jan, he proper went back to wrestling, obviously, because his leg was fucked. Like, I think if he goes with that,
he just does that all the time. But then that's not what people get excited about,
Walker's
is
just
it?
unpredictable, as you say. And and power.
And then obviously the guys are in the mix. Whoever wins that's in the mix for the title after Prohaska and Pone.
Who would you like to see winning that?
I can't believe that he's got to fight for another belt so quick.
Who's that?
Potan.
Oh, aye, fuck, aye.
It's like he could be a double champ, and he's only been in the game like a couple of years.
Aye.
That's insane, man.
And it's the way the light heavyweights at the moment, isn't it? It's a bit up in there.
But again, that's because he's just someone new, fresh. All the fucking top 10 light heavyweights have all fought each other. Like, here's exactly what we just said. Here's a new guy. Let's see how he gets on.
Say he does that, it goes to the heavyweight division, Jones is fucked off, ends up winning a third title, then it's like, is he the greatest guy ever? When you've not even seen him on the deck ever.
Aye, I know.
It's like, it's no kickboxing.
And nobody gives a fuck about Jones Stipe, eh? That's saying.
Are you not interested in that?
I am, but I just feel like nobody else really cares about
It's
it.
quite quiet, isn't it?
Maybe
Do you
like-
want Jones Ngannou?
Maybe no, to be honest.
Jones Tom Aspinall?
Aye.
That's it.
That would be. But again, is that because I like Tom Aspinall? Or?
Did Gann come out and say he's no fighting Aspinall
Yes.
again, isn't it?
Yes.
Because he's next for the title. You've had 2 shots at it, bro.
And he's like, I am not fighting Tom Aspinall.
Aye.
I'm not doing it.
You've had 2 shots at it. and
Why
you've fucked.
would them do want to fight Tom?
Aye.
Well,
Like, see if you want to get closer to the title, you're not wanting to fight Tom.
and his exact words were, I'm not going backwards, I'm looking
He
forwards.
can't get a third shot. He just had to.
So who'd you give Tom?
The other guy, Palfovic or whatever.
Aye,
they
the
call it.
Russian guy. So you think
Aye.
that's like the
They
semi-final?
3 need to fight each other to see who's really next,
Aye.
in my opinion.
So they're like,
So somebody needs to win.
and leave Gan out of it.
Aye.
Well, Gann's in PFL now, isn't he?
Francis.
No.
Aye.
No, Gan.
Oh, Gann, sorry,
That's
I
what
was
I'm saying.
saying
leave
my
Gan out
apologies.
of it and just go Tom and Sergey.
Well, Gan just won again as well, so maybe put the
did.
4 of them in the mix. Like, you need to fight each other anyway, because I don't think any of them's fought each other. Like, the 4 best. So it's like, if you want to get this title shot against Jones, one's need to beat each other or whatever. You can't just beat a guy at 7 and get the title shot.
It's mad because Tom Aspinall's saying, aye, I'll fight Gan, tell me when.
Aye.
He's
the only one want to fight them all.
He's the only one talking.
Aye.
Nobody else saying anything. He's fucking saying, whatever gets me to John Jones.
Aye.
So whoever it is, get me to John Jones. And he's said as well, he's already signed twice to fight Sergey.
I quite like that.
Aye.
It's an exciting time for heavyweights.
He's signed twice to fight Sergey. And what was it? One was COVID, another was a visa issue, he told us.
I can't remember.
Did you
bet it was
see
something like that.
somebody talking about our podcast, like, all things, if you enjoy all things MMA, you need to listen to this podcast.
Did they?
On
Yes.
Facebook.
Lovely.
And it's just like, I just started laughing. I'm like, that's just no other podcast.
We talked about it quite a bit today.
Aye.
Look at us, MMA. We've done a wee bit of the UK MMA, a wee bit of Scottish MMA.
So that card though, I don't know if it is the Hamzat one, but it's stacked,
Is it?
or the John Jones one, the New York one. 2 cards are fucking unblockable, man. Like one of the
When
best.
is it?
Gary's fighting.
Edwards and
So that's what I was wanting to talk about.
Vincent Luque.
Aye.
His teammate.
Teammates find each other. Obviously, it's a bit different in America because the gyms are so big and they've got all these stars and they train at different times. But could you grow up with somebody training then fight them if he's a stall in the same gym?
I
I personally couldn't.
I think you need to, especially at these points. But with that fight, both the guys think they're going to win.
Aye.
But the truth is, like, they both know what used to happen in the gym.
I know.
So one of them knows.
I know,
that
but
the
then
other guy
but that's what I'm
used to beat
saying.
him at.
Like, one of them are obviously winning more than the other in the gym.
Aye.
But they're in their heads. They're both like, no, I'm going to beat him.
Aye. Luque just came off a great win against Dos Anjos, who is a beast as well. Gary's, I'm not a fan, but he's so active and he's
fucking getting the
taking
fights,
the
eh?
fucking hard fights. It's like, I like it. I mean, so, but I don't know, man. Like, you train at 1, I train at 2.
But he
Like,
wanted to fight Wonderboy, yeah. And Wonderboy's fighting the same night.
See, I thought that was a much easier fight to
Wonder
make.
Boy
wasn't it?
pieced up Luque though, didn't he?
Aye. But he's now fighting that. He's the Russian guy who looks Chinese. What's his
Aye.
name?
Rachmanov.
Aye.
Rachmanov.
You know what I mean? Aye.
He's good.
He's fucking very good.
Nobody wants to fight him, man.
Nobody's beat him.
Nobody wants to fight him.
I thought it would make more sense for Gary and Wonderboy.
Aye. Because Gary wanted that fight, eh? He was wanting Wonderboy.
So maybe
but
Wonderboy didn't want that.
I don't know what he's going to say because he's fighting on the same card. So it's like he's obviously just went, I didn't want to fight Gary, I want to fight fucking Rachmanov. But maybe he sees beating that Rachmanov as a quicker way to the title, or I don't know.
Good luck with that.
Aye, he's
Wonder Boy's a About 40 odd as well, and he's getting a bit old.
Aye. But aye, good for Ian Gary, mate, getting the fights in. But
Aye.
What do you make of the fighting a teammate? Like, were they tight? No.
Well, they're putting pictures up and cutting weight together and training together for the last fight. They both were on the same card, and that was only a couple of months back.
It's definitely it's difficult, isn't it? Especially when there's other guys in there to beat.
And plus, he's kind of he's not been there like for 10 years to say he was training in Dublin or whatever. So it's no like day one guys. We trained together for like 10 years. It's no something like that.
Aye.
Maybe a year, 2 years he's been training there. So it is.
So it's like Ross and Jamie.
In the same time, it's like he's obviously got a vision of being the best champion. So he'll take anybody best.
Or maybe it's just the UFC came and went, "This is the fight, by the way. See us there," and you just go, "Cool." I don't know how it works really, because when like Dana doesn't hold back on what he says about Aljo fighting Marab and stuff like that. So if you want to be,
I get it for their point of view. If it's a fight to make, but there surely was other fights there to make. So somebody's obviously been favouring that fight. Like, say it is, look here, it is Gary. And he's like, no, I want that fight. Because you get an opportunity to say, because we could have been like, we can fight maybe a year down the line. I don't think this is the time for us to fight.
He's definitely DM'd him like, look, you want to do this, like. Make a bit of money or something, like we'll put it on the line, be pals after it usual. That's probably the DM
that's what boxing is.
The DM that's been sent.
All these guys have all sparred together in boxing. All the top heavyweights all spar together, and then if a couple of years down the line they fight each other. It's a done thing. So maybe we didn't know the ins and outs. For outside, for me, it looks bad. I didn't like the look at it. Like
I didn't like the look at it.
Okay.
I do like Lucky's guys. Try someone else. So,
how we doing for Pink Kid?
That's been an hour and 20 minutes.
Mate,
suck it.
Guys, I hope you have enjoyed the podcast. Go fuck yourself.
Survive.